Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching The Last of Us Season 1, Episode 7, Left Behind. The ending of the last episode was extremely traumatic, so I'm very excited for this one. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and let's go! Oh, Ellie. You're doing great, sweetheart. She's not gonna leave you. Sweetheart.
We're the only thing holding this all together. If we go down, the people in this zone will starve or murder each other. That much I know.
You haven't really put any steps into place to give any other options, have you? Where have you been? She's the one that didn't in the first episode Marlene say like
I just ran away for a bit, that's all.
Like she joins the Fireflies.
I don't know.
Just
So stupid.
I mean, her friend's going to die, isn't she?
You're so weird about that.
This guy must have spent every card he had to get this.
No one told him he couldn't mix pills with that shit?
I think he knew what he was doing.
Well, this place is safe.
That easy to give up everything, huh?
By everything, you mean becoming a fascist dickbag?
I mean, I don't know if it's that simple. Like, in a way, Fedra kind of holds everything together.
Yeah, that's what the guy said.
Much as
Because, like, I do understand, like, I think there was a time when Fedra would have been very, very necessary, and maybe even, I don't agree with the death penalty ever, but maybe even some of their, like, harsh penalties or whatever could have been necessary. But there's more than enough time for them to begin to transition into something that has, like, more of a democratic government with a military, you know. Just picturing all the quick time events I would fail.
starving their own population.
Fireflies blowing up the storage depot didn't help.
Propaganda bullshit.
Yeah? So you don't bomb stuff anymore?
Not when civilians are around.
That's propaganda bullshit.
They're both right and they're both wrong in some ways.
One, go through it, wait.
No.
Fucking turn right, open the door, tell me when you're there. Go.
Fine.
Oh,
You
Ellie.
gonna kill me?
Turning all the lights on. Oh. Piece of the old world.
So, what do you think?
You ain't seen nothing yet.
This
Tonight,
is
I'm
so
gonna show you
sweet,
four
but it's just gonna
wonders.
end in tragedy.
No way.
Oh. This is everything.
No way. Check me out, man. This is so cool.
Hmm.
Ellie,
I'm on
You
my
look-
way.
Like yourself, which is lovely, sweetheart.
close.
This is so sweet.
Do you
And I'm
trust
just
me?
With
in
my life,
dread.
apparently.
Oh, well.
What is it? Oh.
What? No way.
Oh, this is so sweet. This is just everything, and I know it's gonna end in hell, and this show. This moment of happiness and peace and perfection.
And the longer I was away, the harder it was for me to come back.
Hmm.
Is that making sense?
You did come back, though.
Well, I get it.
Ellie's not leaving Joel because she knows what it's like to be left
I would've
behind.
gotten it back then too, you know? I want a magic horse with like a million lights. I don't know how it's supposed to get better.
I came prepared.
Have you done this before?
No, idiot, I was waiting to do it with you.
Oh.
Oh, shit. What should we do?
Okay, bunny ears?
Bless.
Okay, yeah. Get after me.
Okay, sorry.
Bless.
Yeah.
This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
This is a beautiful night she planned.
You ready?
Oh, there's a poster on their wall. Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, what are we shifting towards? No, I'm good over there, please. I don't want to come over here. She's been here a few times. Why would it come now? Oh no. I suppose every time the place has been disturbed.
You are beating my ass.
I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch. Oh.
Ta-da! Volume 2.
Oh, that's why she has volume 2 on her.
Where did you get that?
This is everything and I'm
What
so
did the triangle say to the
stressed.
circle?
Stressed and scared. Oof.
I would never let them do that.
You would never let them? Right, and you think they're gonna listen to you?
I don't agree with how the Fireflies are doing things. I agree with that why they're doing
Guess
it.
we'll find out.
Ellie.
It's okay, I'm going.
Oh, and they were
Ellie.
arguing and then it's gonna go to hell.
Ellie? Ellie, I'm leaving. They're sending me to a post in the Atlantic QC.
I know. The world is a messed up place, even more so for you. Oh god. Oh.
What the fuck?
Surprise.
Fucking hell! They know we're waiting for the other shoe to drop.
You don't know what it was like to have a family, to belong. And I want that
Fireflies
again.
give her that.
Maybe the Fireflies aren't what I think they are, but they chose me. I matter to them.
You matter to me first.
Mm-hmm.
You're my best friend. And I'll miss you.
Yeah.
Well,
Please say that I was wrong and Riley did just leave, but I'm waiting for the frickin'.
one last thing.
Sure.
Let's leave them all though. Let's go somewhere that's definitely not got any infected. This is lovely, and it's just not gonna stay that way. Oh, Ellie.
Okay.
Oh, Ellie. They deserve the world.
What do we do now?
We're gonna figure it out.
Oh, Lord. Oh, they definitely get their stuff. Ellie has her bag. Not that I know that doesn't fucking matter, but... Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. Oh. Oh, Ellie, I'm sorry. Riley, I'm sorry. Are there more coming or are they both been?
No! No!
Oh. I knew this was what was gonna happen. They deserve to have as many beautiful magical nights as possible. Oh, oh Ellie. Poor baby, he's been through so much more than anyone should have to go through. Wonderful, wonderful girl. Oh, Ellie. I have to think they're gonna die.
Got two options. One, we take the easy way out. It's quick. It ends this way for everyone sooner or later, right?
So
Some of us
young.
just get there faster than others.
Poor babies.
What's
This is horrible. But I knew it was gonna be horrible. You've been through so much loss, my angel. That'll work, right? It'll do. You brilliant, brilliant girl. Ellie, I love you so much. They love each other. You're a brilliant, brilliant, wonderful girl. Okay. It's all gonna be okay. Kind of wish. I'm gonna start again. I kind of wish they'd like had a moment or a beat where like she patched him up and he was able to be like thank you or whatever, because I feel like they just left us in the middle of a breakdown. Okay, so this episode in a lot of ways reminded me of episode 3 for the Bill and Frank one, in the sense that I spent the whole episode knowing something terrible was going to happen. Kind of like the beginning of the first episode as well. Like, just seeing Ellie, seeing her, how she was when she was with Fedra, seeing her best friend, her girlfriend. And kind of another episode where I feel like you kind of explore the messed up dynamics that exists within these QZs, because obviously I don't agree with Fedra, I don't agree with executing people, I don't agree with the level of sort of military martial law they still have all this time later. I think there is definitely a world in which you can have transitioned to something more peaceful while still having some kind of a military to protect you from infected or whatever. But I also don't think the Fedra guy is wrong, in the sense that if Fedra were to just be like, we're gone, bye, we're just gonna go be ordinary civilians now, things would crumble apart. That's why you have to transition. And I also think he probably believes what he says, especially if he's been in this life for 20 years and all their young recruits like Ellie growing up there. So to kind of see both sides of it, to see that Ellie was believing in the Fedra stuff to begin with, and I don't think Fedra is evil, I also don't think it's good, I think it's they're holding on to their power and refusing to let it go. I think the Fireflies have the right idea, we should be moving away, but I don't believe in hurting people and blowing people off as the solution to get there. I feel like there's a part of the story missing from the last time we saw Ellie with Riley to when we next saw Ellie. I guess the Fireflies came to check on them, and maybe enough time had passed that it was unusual that Ellie hadn't turned but Riley had. Did Ellie have to stop Riley when she turned, or did the Fireflies come in time but there were no symptoms on Ellie? Like, I want to know kind of that last missing piece. I mean, I don't in so many ways. I don't want to see it, because Riley was kind and good and she deserved to have a beautiful long life with Ellie for as much as either of them wanted. The whole like flashback, the night with her giving Ellie the 5 wonders of the mall, even if she didn't initially intend the escalator to necessarily be a wonder, it was that same wonderful innocence that Ellie still has a little bit about her. And to see how much enjoyment Riley was getting from giving Ellie this magical night and from seeing Ellie light up at all of the things, it was just really, really beautiful, and it was really hard to watch. Like, I feel like my reactions to a lot of it would have been different I mean, they would have been basically the same, like being like they're so sweet, they're so cute. But it would have been different if I hadn't known it was not going to end well. I mean, there was a part of me that was like, well, maybe Riley just left, and then Ellie came back and got bitten. But realistically, the way they talked about Riley in the first episode, I think there was a thing where she was saying like, oh, fireflies are evil, horrible people or something, and then Marlene says, oh, was Riley evil and horrible or whatever, and Ellie's like, don't say her name. Or, you know, it was clear that something had happened to Riley. So it was hard to like properly lose myself in how sweet and beautiful the moments of that night were, leading up to the kiss and to them, her saying she'd stay and what do we do next and we'll figure that out, and just how soul shatteringly sweet and just right, and how much they deserved a lifetime of moments like this, knowing it was all going to go to hell. I almost didn't need to see the infected dude wake up in the middle of the episode. I knew he was going to be there. I knew someone was going to be there. Really, honestly, the Fireflies, you stationed a kid at this mall and you didn't thoroughly check it for infected. You didn't go into every fucking store and kill the infected there. It could have woken up while she was asleep and still killed her. Like, that, honestly, Riley's death and Ellie being bitten, potentially technically 2 deaths because I don't believe they had any way of knowing Ellie wouldn't die. That's on the Fireflies for being lax, for not checking every fucking store. It wasn't even like he was hidden in the back. It's quite easy to see him. They should have made sure there were no infected, and any infected that were there, give them a little head stab. So it was absolutely beautiful to watch Ellie and Riley go through this night and to learn so much more about. I don't feel like I necessarily learned more about Ellie, but you understand the things we already knew about her. You get more of a sense of who she is and what matters to her and how much she has suffered and lost in her life despite being so very young. The way she interacted with Marlene in the first episode makes even more sense now as well. And I think there was never a doubt in my mind that she was going to leave Joel. You know, at most I thought she might, if he was convincing enough, she might listen to him and leave, but she would always come back. But I never really thought she was going to leave him. So I kind of see throughout that both of these girls really like the other one, and they're both scared to sort of go to next level because what if it ruins things? And then there's all of the joining the Fireflies and leaving and all of that mess, and just yeah, they sat down and they talked about it. They talked about what they were upset about. They talked about their feelings, and it was really lovely and it was really mature. And that moment when they realised they were both bitten, and just no one should ever have to feel that way. And to think of how terrified those little babies would have been, both of them thinking that like they were at the beginning of their lives, and it's a magical moment where the world, where they've, you know, just kissed their love and they're beginning, you know, talking about what we're going to do next, and everything should be magical and open and the future should be vast, and it's all over. I can't even begin to imagine what that would feel like, and they are far too young to have to feel that way, and to know that it's not just you, but it's also the person you care about. You know, Riley would have been thinking, if I hadn't got Ellie tonight, she'd be fine. If I'd just left, Ellie would be fine. It would be all my fault. And I just hope somehow Riley knew Ellie was okay before she died. It's very, very good she decided not to go with option 1, because option 1 would have killed Ellie. And I mean, to be honest, there's a part of me that thinks realistically they should have done option 1 because it's quick. But option 1 would mean Ellie was dead right now, and I'm very glad that's not the case. So that was really hard to watch. It was so, so lovely to watch these 2 kids who, you know, been through impossible things, been raised in this impossible way, found each other, found the world, to find out how the Fireflies kind of are recruiting disaffected kids from Fedra. You know most of the puzzle now in who Ellie is and why Ellie is the way she is. And it makes the fact that Joel came back mean everything. Like in the last episode, he didn't leave without her, he stayed for her, he gave her the choice. She was never going to leave him. But it is in this episode, just seeing how desperate she was to try and save him because she couldn't save the last person she cared about, and she can save him, was a lot. Him telling her to leave because he didn't want to slow her down. Those men could come back if they do follow them. Like, they killed one of the men, so if his friends want to come and get revenge on the injured man and the girl, like, they left a blood trail straight to the house. It would be easy to follow. So the safest thing for Ellie to do would be to ride like hell back to Jackson, that's what it's called, right? And Tommy, and be safe. But she's never going to do that because she's not going to leave you. And I really love their relationship. And It's definitely making me think that the one spoiler I think I know about the second one isn't true, because fuck that. Oh, I love this so much. I love this episode. I feel like I should be doing a really in-depth review of everything, but right now I'm still kind of barely holding and crying my eyes out because that was really a lot. These two little girls just had their first kiss together, sitting next to each other discussing whether or not they should kill themselves. It's just a lot. Ellie deserves everything good in this world, and I'm just so thankful she is Joel, and this show is a lot. Sorry, I think I was having a very emotional day, and this episode came out of nowhere, and so I'm just gonna have a little cry. I'm not gonna sit here with my repetitive thoughts. I don't think this review will be very interesting. If I do, I will just say I absolutely adored this episode. I adored every aspect of it. The acting in it was phenomenal, but there has not been any dodgy acting in this show. The storytelling, everything was perfect. I can't wait for next week. Thank you so much for watching.